Let's talk about fans. Nope, not that kind of fans. Not that kind of fans either. And definitely not that kind of fans. We're talking about case fans. Yes, we're talking about PC case fans. We will be talking about the basics of PC case fans as well as the basic concept on how we can have a good airflow on our PC case. PC case fans are very important when it comes to cooling our PCs, especially if we are employing the air cooling technique for our PC. Of course, if we are doing liquid cooling in our PC, then case fans will not even be required. This will just be a quick video as we discuss the basic understanding on case fans and how to properly set it up on our PC case, as well as some basic fundamental understanding on what's the best case scenarios in building a good airflow inside our PC. So let's get started. PC case fans are essential in our PC case to make sure that we can dissipate the heat from the components of our PC so that every component will not overheat.
So you take a tennis ball, a bowl, and lighter
The price for PC case fans can vary as low as maybe less than $10 or about $11 to $13 for a 3-pack of case fans to as high as sometimes as $100 or maybe even more. Depends on the brand. If the case fan has RGB, sometimes the color of the fan also affects the prices, and of course the speed of the fans, which is in the units of RPM. PC fans can also have different sizes, but the most common ones are 120 mm and the one that I am using right now, which is the 240 mm in size. Correction, this is the 140 mm size. Then the next thing I want to discuss with you about these case fans is the airflow. How would we know which way does the air goes in this PC fan without plugging it in? Or do we need to plug it in and run it to see where the air flows? Or do we need to spin it around and try to feel where the air goes? Actually, no. There's a much easier way in knowing where the air flows from these case fans. Is it either from left to right or from right to left? Most of the PC case fans in the market will have an indicator on the side on the direction of the airflow when this PC case fan is turned on. The arrow will tell you if the airflow is going to this side or the airflow is going to this side. But what would you do if there is no indicator? Like in my case, I don't know if you will see it, but this PC case fan from OneTech do not have any indicator or symbol on how the airflow direction is for this typical case fan. So for those kinds of cases or those kinds of fans, how would you know? Just remember the phrase, face sucks. Yes, face sucks. That is the easiest way for us to know which direction the air is flowing on our case fans. So for example, in my case, this one don't have any indicator on how the airflow direction is on this specific fan. But if I remember that term, face sucks, right? When I see the logo, whichever way the logo is facing, that is actually where the air is being sucked in. Okay, so if, for example, this is your logo, means that the direction of the airflow is coming from this side to this side, from the logo to the other side. And that is the easiest way for you to remember how is the direction of the airflow in your specific case fan. That is the most common. So it means that, for example, you want to have an air intake for your PC. If the logo is facing this way, you want to suck in air from the outside to the inside. This one will be a bottom fan. So you want to suck in from the bottom of the case to give air inside the PC case. So it means that you need to put your case fan in this direction on your PC case. But as you can see, if you do it like this, the ugly side of the PC case fan is the one that is visible to you. So manufacturers of PC case fans actually created a different type of PC case fans, which is what they call the reverse PC case fans. And this one that I'm holding right here is actually a reverse PC case fan. So how would you quickly know that the case fan that you are using is a reverse PC case fans? Reverse PC case fans, and this is 99% of the time, will have the reverse annotation so that you know that this one is actually a reverse fan. So in this case, actually, instead of face sucks that we always see, since this one is a reverse fan, it means that the direction of the airflow is coming from the back to the front. And once you want to use this in your PC case as an intake fan, it means that it's, for example, from the bottom, you need to put it like this. And because this is a reverse fan, the air is coming from the bottom or on the reverse of the logo to the inside of the logo. So it means that it will be an intake, and it also gives that nice aesthetic look in your PC case. You will not see the ugly portion of the case fan. When I first posted the video of this build in this channel, I actually had a lot of comments saying that the fan's orientation is actually wrong in my build. So they thought that the bottom fans are on exhaust, the side fans are also on exhaust, but actually the bottom fans are intake fans as well as the side fans. So the side fans are pulling air from the outside to the inside of the case. The bottom portion is also intake fans, which is pulling from the bottom. See? That was easy enough, right? And it works on all case fans that you will see in the market. Again, just to recap, to see where the direction of the airflow of the case fans, you will need to check first if you have any indicators of the direction on the case fan itself. If not, then just remember, face sucks. Means that the airflow is coming from the logo or the face of the fan to the other side. Unless you will see an annotation of reverse. It means that it's the reverse of face sucks. So instead from the logo, the airflow is coming from the back to the logo. Sounds good? Now we will discuss a good rule of thumb when it comes to having a good airflow in our PC case. We always want to have a good positive airflow inside our PC case 100% of the time. So how will we do it? Depends on how many number of fans that you have at your disposal. Of course, we can add as much fans as possible, but what if budget does not allow it? Or what if our case does not allow it? For example, on my case, this case already has included 6 case fans, and after I added my AIO, I added an additional 3 case fans for the radiator. So in total, this one already has 9 fans inside. So in these 9 fans that is inside my PC case, actually 5 are set as intake and 4 are set as exhaust fans. As you can see here, the side fans and the bottom fans are considered intake fans because they are taking in air from the outside to the inside of the PC, and my AIO fans, the 3 on top plus the back case fan, is being used as exhaust fans. But what about your case? So what if you only have 3 case fans? Or what if you have only 2 case fans at your disposal? So in order for us to create a positive airflow inside our PC case, we need to make sure that the air intake of our PC is more than the exhaust to create this positive airflow inside our PC case. So how can we do that if we have 3 case fans, for examples? Then in this case, we need to set 2 of the case fans as intake fans and 1 case fan as an exhaust. But then you might ask me, what would I do if I have an even number of case fans and you have more than 2? It will be much easier because, for example, if you have 4, you can set 3 as intake and 1 as exhaust. And for example, you have 6, you can set as 4 intake and 2 exhaust. But what if you only have 2? So in case that you only have 2 case fans, the one thing that you can do to make the airflow positive inside your case is to set your intake fan faster than your exhaust fan. How would you do that? You can do that in the settings of your BIOS to control the fan speed in your PC case. Let me show that to you right now. As you can see here, inside the BIOS, we have an option to see all our fan speeds. Do take note that different motherboard has different BIOS and yours might not look exactly what I have right now, but you can check it out and just look for the fan speed inside the BIOS setup. So here in the BIOS setup, what I can do is that, for example, my intake fan is connected into this case 1 fan. Then I will just make sure that all the time this intake case fan will be running faster than my case fan 2, which is my exhaust fan. Once you are done, you can save this and your PC will restart. And every time you boot up your PC, now your intake fan will be operating in a much higher speed than your exhaust fan, creating that positive airflow that we want for our PC case. So there you have it, a quick guide on understanding case fans and how we can determine the airflow direction of each case fans, as well as reverse case fans, and also how we can optimize the airflow inside our PC case so that we can make sure that there is no overheating happening inside our PC case. We need to create a positive airflow inside our PC case by either these 2 options. One is to have more intake fans than your exhaust fans. And the second, if you only have 2 case fans, then what you can do is to make sure that your intake fan is running at a higher RPM or at a higher speed than your exhaust fan. which you can change inside the BIOS of your system. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you learned something about this video. And if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, why don't you hit that subscribe button? I would really appreciate it, and it will help this channel a lot. Thank you guys, and see you in the next one.